people's the cornerstone of everything. We're all human beings here in a room together. Again, I'm team human, team anthropologist, also a techie though, so I've always studied the impacts of technology on people. Something that we're seeing in terms of organizational structures to support the trends in people is the shifting landscape of what a job role even is, right? So we are going from this concept of a role or one function to flexible functions, the rise of the creative generalist. So here, I feel okay to put these people up against each other in a competition. We've got MBA all the way and unhirables. I'm sort of this person all in one. So I feel like I can make fun of myself a little bit here. So team A versus team B, right? We've got someone who's like a specialist, and nothing against specialists. We all need specialty knowledge. But the world that we're going into is constantly changing, and flexibility and adaptability is key. So when you're thinking about not only your own skills or that of your team, but that of the people that you will be hiring or bringing into the workforce, they're going to look a little bit differently than they might have in the past, right, in terms of skill set. So you might have looked at something in the past, like a resume of here's all the skills, whether it's an IT team or a security team, say, oh, I want this experience. But maybe on Team B, we'll use the context of cybersecurity here because it's the number one skill, right? We all need it. Well, maybe these people, she's traveled, she's got 8 languages, traveled to 50 countries, great capacity for learning new languages, perhaps even programming languages. This guy's an NFT trader, probably not very good idea, but has managed a team of 1,000 and a decentralized autonomous organization. He has complete skill set in terms of remote work. And then this one, who sounds a little bit like me, self-taught engineer, doesn't have a degree in it, linguist, okay, that's cool, actually can build some large language models in our spare time as a bit of a white hat hacker, so maybe you've got a penetration tester there. These people do not look on a resume like what you would be looking for in terms of skills. But that's really the way that the future is going. And so when we see headlines like this, which this is like this last fall in 2023, super out of date by now. But at the time, it was like the hot new skill is a prompt engineer. 2 days later, the Harvard Business Review puts out the next article, oh, it isn't the future. And just yesterday, I saw something, prompt engineering is dead, which was predicted. So how do you develop an organization where every other day a role does not exist? How do you develop an organization if that function will not exist? And so this is, again, the rise of the generalist. So thinking in terms of how you develop your skill set, organizational skill set, and who you hire are going to have more of a broad knowledge of unlearning and learning as opposed to specific skills, because those will change. So the evolving landscape, the context that we operate in, both in terms of technological change and social change, prioritize and necessitates adaptability and these diverse skill sets. So I'll do one more on the topic of people. So people, human beings, the cornerstone of, I'd say, society, the workplace, and what we're all doing here. But now we have the emergence of a new party in the room, right? Autonomous colleagues. So right now, let's say working from home, 2023, this is John. He's quite overwhelmed. He doesn't have the experience to know how to reach out for people when he needs help. Do you see his third arm? Do you guys catch it? Uh-huh. I put it in there just to see if we've got some discerning audience members. Anyways, so John obviously doesn't know how to use Midjourney, but he's overwhelmed, right? We're used to having structures put in place from him in an office environment, quite overwhelmed. Meanwhile, Emma has started working with an autonomous agent. She's running her own on-prem model. She's like in the boardroom already pitching, the next ideas. And so, the reality is, with a lot of fear right now, and most organizations I speak to do not want to implement any of these technologies in fear of replacing the human roles. But the thing is, what we're finding is that people are either sitting at home in fear, will not reach out, will not learn, will not collaborate. Meanwhile, the people who are leveraging the technologies in responsible and ethical ways are able to accelerate both themselves and the organizations. And so again, when we have a lot of doom and gloom headlines, like AI will replace human workers, it really is about looking at enhancing and augmenting versus replacing. So again, AI will not replace, but rather enhance human capabilities. And the concept here is thinking about the infrastructure that will support this, right? I mean, it can't possibly be that we're putting entire organizations' data into some sort of someone else's model, right? So we'll see foundation models in basically people probably running their own servers even, who knows? Probably not.